I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. If Fox thought its $787.5 million settlement with Dominion was bad, multiply that by 5 or 6, because we are talking about potentially billions of dollars in damages against Fox based on new derivative shareholder lawsuits that have just been unsealed, filed by some of the most preeminent derivative shareholder lawyers and lawyers in general in the United States of America. And folks, the Dominion case was big and posed an existential threat to Fox for its defamatory claims against Dominion, resulting in the settlement on the first day of jury trial. But what's just been unsealed is an existential threat to Fox's existence on steroids. Here are the various derivative shareholder cases that have been filed in the Delaware Chancery Court as described by Reuters. 2 competing complaints against Fox directors, including shareholders Rupert and Lachlan Murdoch, were just unsealed in Chancery Court. One was brought by pension funds for public employees of Oregon and New York City. The other is on behalf of 8 public pension and union welfare funds. Both complaints are long. The multi-fund complaint is 172 pages. The New York and Oregon filing is a relatively svelte 120 pages. They're also notably detailed, featuring not just evidence from the Dominion voting system election fraud defamation lawsuit that Fox settled in April for $787.5 billion, but also information the funds obtained directly from Fox under a special Delaware law that permits shareholders to access corporate books and records. Now, folks, this is not a securities fraud lawsuit. This is a derivative shareholder lawsuit, meaning the shareholders are suing their own company, in this case Fox, for the loss that has incurred and will occur based upon misconduct by Fox and its board of directors. Just in terms of the talent here, you have the New York and Oregon law firms that are representing that case. Leaf Cabraser, one of the biggest, best law firms in the country, Friedland and Goris. You've got the other funds are represented by Bernstein, Litowitz, Berger, and Grossman, Robbins, Geller, Rudman. These are firms that routinely settle cases and get verdicts in the hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. And then Reuters explains, and to add to this fun of all of these cases now against Fox, 2 previously filed breach of duty suits against Fox directors have also been consolidated before the same judge in the Delaware Chancery Court, including a 209-page complaint filed by a group of plaintiffs' firms led by Prickett, Jones, and Elliott. This is from a New York Times article last week on this, although at that time these filings had not been unsealed. This is from Brad Lander, New York City's comptroller, about these filings. Quote, "We are shareholders at a company that unfortunately has a long-standing practice of allowing conspiracy theories that its executives and its board know are false to be repeated over and over again, despite the very clear and present risk of defamation lawsuits eroding shareholder value." That's Brad Lander, New York City's comptroller who oversees the pension funds. Quote, "And there's been no effort to make governance reforms." In other words, Fox is continuing to ratify its conduct. So all of the times we're showing you, like, what's Jesse Waters saying? What's Laura Ingraham saying? What are current Fox hosts doing to take corrective action based on their defamatory conduct? Absolutely nothing at all, and that is compounding the damages that are being caused here. Also, let me go into the lawsuits themselves. This is the one that was filed by the New York City Employees Retirement System, as well as the state of Oregon pension funds. This is what they say right here. In the immediate aftermath of Election Day 2020, Fox News incurred the wrath of Trump and his supporters for being the first network to call the state of Arizona for Joseph Biden and for failing to back Trump's claim that he had won the election. In response to massive viewer backlash, Rupert, Lachlan, and Suzanne Scott, the CEO of Fox News, decided to indulge and amplify Trump's election denial conspiracy theories, including false claims that election technology companies Dominion Voting System and Smartmatic USA were Venezuelan companies that illegally switched votes from Trump to Biden. Dominion and Smartmatic engaged in extensive public relations campaigns and lobbying of Fox News to set the record straight, sent cease and desist letters, demanded retractions, and threatened litigation. Fox News did not respond to the letters from counsel for Dominion, and Smartmatic did not elevate them to the audit committee or the board. Fox News hosts continued to promote defamatory accusations against Dominion and Smartmatic. Fox has now entered the pantheon of companies that have incurred massive costs from tort litigation. On April 18, 2023, Fox settled Dominion's defamation claim for $787.5 million on the first day of trial. Cross motions for summary judgment made public shortly before the case settled revealed internal Fox documents and testimony evidencing that Fox executive and host chose to broadcast unsupported and disbelieved conspiracy theories about Dominion. The summary judgment opinion eviscerated Fox's legal defenses. Delaware Superior Court Judge Eric Davis took the issue of falsity away from the jury, ruling with emphasis in the original that, quote, evidence developed in the civil proceeding demonstrates that it is crystal clear that none of the statements relating to Dominion about the 2020 election are true. Dominion's damages theories include punitive damage, which was for the jury to decide, along with the question of whether Fox News had acted with actual malice in making false statements. Shortly before the Dominion settlement, Fox settled for an undisclosed sum a related defamation lawsuit filed by Venezuelan businessman Khalil, who was accused by Fox host Lou Dobbs of being a liaison of Hezbollah, who had committed a cyber Pearl Harbor in the 2020 election via Dominion and Smartmatic. Smartmatic's case against Fox remains pending. Experts have speculated the settlement value of that case exceeds $1 billion. Defendants are fiduciaries of Fox and or Fox News who are responsible for the losses in the above referenced cases because they consciously disregarded the defamation risk. Powerful, powerful words here. All right, so what happens next? There has now been a stipulation and proposed order consolidating all of these massive actions. That's what's taking place right now. The court will soon be appointing a leadership group, will be led by one of these prestigious law firms who will be pursuing this case. And again, if Rupert Murdoch, if Lachlan Murdoch, if all these people were trying to avoid a trial, and they settled for $787.5 million. I want you to think right now what these cases are worth. Fox did not avoid future liability by that settlement. In fact, as we said here on the MeidasTouch Network, get ready for the derivative shareholder lawsuits. And here they come. And according to a new report by The Guardian, Rupert Murdoch thought that the $787.5 million Dominion suit would cost Fox only $50 million, according to a new book by Michael Wolff. That's how Murdoch underestimated that. Now get ready for Smartmatic. Now get ready for all of these derivative lawsuits from all of these shareholders who have lost money now and will continue to lose money in the future. Folks, this is massive, massive, massive. We will keep following up here on the MeidasTouch Network as we learn more. But the breaking news, of course, these cases unsealed, the scope of it. Wow, wow, wow. Hit subscribe. Check us out as well at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Have a great day.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.